Greetings friends, it's me, Wayman29, and I just wanted to do a part 2 on Genesis 2:17 in our study on Did God Tell a Lie and the double usage of the word death at the end of the verse in Hebrew. Here's muth and tamuth, and this is non-pointed without vowel signs, so yesterday when I was reading this, I'm just learning Hebrew, so I made the mistake of saying mot and tamot because I was used to the Canaanite, which does come from that. But here with vowel signs it would be muth, tamuth. So we'll look at this, and what I want to do is go through the ancient Hebrew lexicon of the Bible once again and look at these two words, and we'll look at some of the issues translators have in translating this. We'll look at some of the issues Strong's numbers have with this, and we'll also look at the translations that do in fact translate these two words, because most of the time the text ends as you shall surely die, with only one word for die. However, we can plainly see here that muth and tamuth in the Hebrew Masoretic text has two. So why is that? It's a wordplay, and it's used elsewhere, and we'll get to that, where it's used elsewhere and in what context. So let's go back up to our we're going to go to the KJV with Strong's numbers. And we'll see how the English translates this. We'll scroll down to verse 2:17. Here, that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. Here they give two Strong numbers right in a row, and that doesn't tell us much of anything or why they're there, but we'll click on this. We'll go up to our dictionary. And here, we'll go to the ancient Hebrew lexicon of the Bible. So the two words we're dealing with, as we mentioned yesterday, would be mot or muth. In this context, it is Strong's 4191. So this is correct. It means die. The next one, and the closest one that is here, is tamuth, with the tav in front of it, as we talked about yesterday. This means death, and this is Strong's 8546. And if you remember, the two Strong numbers that were in the English translation was H4191. So possibly that could be an incorrect translate. According to this, the context is different. So let's look at some other translators that do in fact translate that text as being you will die death, and in the text you will, or die and death is translated. So let's go to the Bibles. One of the translations that I found in doing the comparisons is the Coverdell Bible, and we'll go here. And this is really hard to read because it's in Old English, and you can see, thou shalt die the death, and for 2:17 out of the Coverdell Bible. And also one other one that I found was the Voice in the Wilderness Bible, if I can find it up here. We'll see how that's translated. I'm probably going right by it, but I apologize for taking so long. Probably should kick out some of these because I don't use. Here it is. That if you eat of it, 2:17, Voice in the Wilderness Bible. You eat of it, you shall die the death. However, even this is translated wrong. It's not die the death, because in our Hebrew it would be ha temuth. It is not ha temuth, it's temuth. So here they have the two deaths translated, die and death. However, it's in a different context, but at least they're trying. So let's go and look at where else it's used, and we'll see the context that it's used in. First, we'll look at the KJV and how they use it. We'll go to our links here. Thought I had it here. Well, we'll have to do it over again. We can do this together. I thought I had it here. I'm totally unprepared for this video. So we'll go to the Hebrew Old Testament 2:17. Highlight this. We're going to copy this, and we're going to do a search out of the whole Old Testament where this phrase is used. Old Testament. I think it's used about 7 times, including this. So including Genesis 2:17, it'd be used 8 times. So we're going to copy this. We'll select so we can look at it. Paste it here. And then we'll bring this up. We're going to go to the English translation of this. So, going to 1 Samuel, and the king said, "Thou shalt surely die, Amalek, thou and thy fathers." So there is an example of the double death being used. And go back here. 1 Kings 2:37. For it shall be that on that day thou goest out and passest over the brook of Kidron. Thou shalt know for certain that thou shalt surely die. So in the KJV, all 7 of these, 8 of these, are translated as thou shalt surely die. However, when we go to the Coverdell Bible, they do translate the double death. Die the death. This is in 1 Kings 2:37. Let's go to 1 in Samuel 2:16. Die ye death. Thou must die ye death. So you can see some of the issues that come up in translating, and how some people could take things to mean different things in different ways. And also theology plays a big role in this, because if you are part of a belief system, you want the theology to be correct. Judaism even did this. You want the theology to be correct according to your belief system and within the framework of that. So this is how theology and translators of theological belief systems slant text in certain ways to bring about certain results, and how the translators play with the multiple uses of the words. So we didn't look at one more thing. We're going to look at Strong's the different uses for the word death. Almost the same spelling, and you have four different contexts. Here's 4191, and we have Muth here. So we're just going to click down here. If you can see the words change, the pronunciations of it change. 4192. This preposition to die for the son, Muth Lebain. So we'll click down another one. there's moth, death, 4193, 4194, maveth. This is natural or violent. The dead, their place or state. So you can see that the Hebrew spelling is the same, but it's pronounced different with the vowels. So this makes it really tough to get a correct pronunciation. So this is why even sometimes Strong's is wrong. When translators put in the strong numbers, this is mathar. This is a totally different word here. But as you can see from those 4 or 5 different things, it presents a big problem. So this is how the translations "you will die dying" end up becoming. But in this, as far as I know, and as far as what the Hebrew text tells us, you will die the death, or you will die death. So the Coverdell Bible is pretty close, and I'm not saying they're close all the time. In just this specific example, it's close. You will die death, which the 2 deaths are in fact translated. So take care, friends. Hopefully this was helpful. And remember, if everybody's thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.